Listening skills are a fundamental part of the language learning process, and it is important to teach them.
Yes, but are we really teaching listening or just practicing it or testing it? And what are students learning in a listening lesson?
So, in a similar way to reading, listening may present students with a variety of difficulties, but there are skills and techniques that we can teach to help students become more effective listeners. In carefully planned lessons, we can help students develop their listening skills, as opposed to just testing them. As you have seen from this module, students rely on two approaches when they listen. Top-down, where they use their background knowledge to predict the context and language, and bottom-up, where students use their linguistic knowledge, such as grammar, lexis, and pronunciation, to understand the text.
Why are the processes important to understand?
So, depending on which approach students employ, they rely on different sub-skills. So understanding how students listen will inform the way you design and use tasks in the classroom.
What is not important when we teach listening skills?
Getting it right by the student is not important. When a student gets all the answers right, it proves that she or he has not been challenged by the text. Listening can be seen as being a product or a process in the classroom. It is a process most of the time.
And what are the stages of a listening lesson?
A listening skills lesson resembles a reading skills lesson, with a difference that the text is spoken, not read. So a useful framework for a listening lesson is the receptive skills procedure, with the 5 main stages. The pre-listening stages, with a lead-in and a pre-teach language stage. The while listening stages, with an easy initial listening for general understanding task, and then a listening for detail task. And finally, a post-listening follow-up, focusing on productive skills.
How many times should I play the audio?
We generally only play the audio once for the first listening task, and at least twice for the more challenging listening for detailed task, with students comparing their answers after each listening. There are always at least 2 listening tasks for students to do in a lesson.
When teaching reading, I have to follow the task feedback cycle. Is it the same for teaching listening?
Absolutely. The task feedback cycle has to be followed, so make sure you take feedback on each activity or task you asked your students to do. Remember, task, peer check, and then open class feedback.